Hello, my name is Debra Disman, and I'm here in my studio in Santa Monica at the 18th Street Art Center. And it's a really wonderful place, an incubator for innovative thinking and incredible creativity. I'm very fortunate to be here, and I'm really thrilled to participate in the Book as Art version 9 Muse this year, and to have this opportunity to share my work with you. The piece that I'm showing this year in the exhibition is called Window Treatment, and it is a flag book structure. It has a accordion spine, 2 covers, and then there are flag book pages that are actually pockets with windows in them that are glued onto alternating sides of each of these folds of the accordion spine. And each of the pockets has a card in it that has threads that are woven through. It's actually hemp cords, so there's a pattern on one side, and then sort of the cords kind of cascading on the other side, and it fits into the pocket. The pockets are made of file folders, and the same window is cut through the front, the back, and then each of these pockets. So it's an elaborate structure which is based on the flag book structure, which was invented by a book artist from Germany named Hetty Kyle. And it's just sort of taken into a different realm, which reflects my very passionate interest in thread and cord and stitching and the emotional qualities that you can create by doing different kinds of stitches and having those cords kind of fall or emerge in different ways. So I'll show a few of the pages here. And I call it window treatment because it's a take on sort of the interior design term window treatment, which is how designers or people who work with the built environment handle windows, whether it be curtains or shades and so forth. And it's just kind of a play on that because it's a window. And then you can see through the window into the interior of the book from both sides. And the way it's arranged is I have whatever is emerging from the book can be at the discretion of the exhibitor or the owner, can be placed on the outside or the inside. So it's somewhat interactive in that respect, although it isn't often when it's exhibited, just because of all the issues around that. But it's fun to move around and to play with. I've been working in the form of the book fairly intensively since about 2016. I also teach. I'm a teaching artist across LA County, and I recently was able to do a project through 18th Street Art Center and the Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health, which had an initiative in the month of May called Why We Rise, and it was all kinds of art services designed for the community to support people in whatever they were dealing with around the pandemic, to support their mental health through creative activity. So it's very exciting, and 18th Street Art Center was able to present several online workshops, and I was fortunate enough to be one of the artists who was able to teach one. And the name of that workshop was Bookmaking with Compassion. and I taught a Flowerfold book, which is a book that sort of opens up like a flower. And I asked the community who was in that workshop and then other members of the community weeks afterwards, what word would express at least one aspect of their experience of the pandemic. And I noted all the words, and then I made or built a very long version, much bigger than what my workshop participants were doing, version of this Flowerfold book, which is a simple yet tricky fold, which opens up into a flower shape. And then when you pull it apart, and then all of the different sections are glued together in an overlapping manner, and you can create something really large. What the participants did was about 1/4 this size, but I called it Unfolding Possibilities because I put in all the words that got generated by the participants. I stitched them into this very plain off-white mulberry paper background. And I put together words that either dovetailed together very well, like love, care, trust, share, or words that were sort of opposite, like breathe, space, and then breathlessness. So that's an example of the social aspect of my practice, where I strive to work with the community, as I know that the Georgia Center for the Book and the library, the periodicals gallery, and the Arts Alliance all do too, to engage the community and bring them into the creative process. In our case, through the form of the book. My personal work tends to be much more conceptual than what I teach. I teach very specific forms and structures so that people learn skill and then they can take off with it as they wish to. So my pieces really become pieces of sculpture that I think have a visceral and material appeal, but maybe aren't easily understood on an intellectual level immediately. I want people to look at the works and question things and perhaps find out a little bit about themselves in the process. So I very much appreciate being here and being part of the exhibition and for the opportunity to share my work today. Thank you.